Certified Penetration Testing Professional, Module 3, Open Source Intelligence. In this lab, we're going to footprint a target using the tool Maltego. Maltego is a footprinting tool used to gather maximum information for the purpose, of course, of ethical hacking, computer forensics, and pen testing, and all kinds of good stuff. It's a great tool. It provides a library of transforms to discover data from open sources, and then it visualizes that information in a graph format. It's suitable for link analysis and data mining. That's kind of what it's used for. Maltego provides you with a graphical interface that makes seeing these relationships instant and accurate, and even making it possible to see hidden connections, and that's kind of what we use it for. So what we're going to do here is we're going to gather a variety of information. Now, it's important to understand that we're using Maltego in the free version of Maltego, right? So that's the thing to always remember here, because there's a commercial version as well. So what we're going to do is click over here on our application, our Parrot launcher, and we'll type in, go to applications here. We scroll down, we see pen testing. That's how Parrot's kind of broken up here. And then we go into information gathering. And then we go down into OSINT. And it's nice because we got a whole section for OSINT analysis. And you see lots of different tools, and we're looking here for Maltego. Mining and gathering information, Maltego. And now it's asking for a password to unlock it. So we want to restart it. Optimize the memory. Because it goes and launches the first time and then looks at your memory, right? So that's kind of how the tool works. And when you look at it, the different versions and stuff like that with the license agreement, so we're wanting to use the free. Now configure Maltego. This is our license agreement. So we click next, and the information comes up. Now we got to enter the CAPTCHA, email address, and password. So some people don't like this part, myself included. So we just say don't need the password, just the email address. And the CAPTCHA, we got to solve it. All looks well. Okay, CE free. Let's try this again. All right, so we select the CE free. Here they run. This is the accept. Oh, got to register the account first. That's the problem. Then we got to set up a password. Now let me register. All right, let's create a new graph. New. And there we go. There's our new graph. So Maltego is an extremely powerful tool, and we're just going to barely touch the surface on this. So you see here, you got autonomous names, you got layout, you got all kinds of different things you can do with this. We go here, and we got different events groups. We got devices, right? So we got all these different things. Date and time, your event, your company, different groups, and then well, here's more settings for you. And you get the idea. So a lot of layout mode, a lot of different things you can do. Let's expand it so you can see better. And you get the different ideas. So yeah, you can spend a little bit of time in here going through all the different views. All right, so now that we've done that, we're going to take the website, we're going to drag it on there. And there you go. There's by default Perturba, which is the actual Montego group. So now we have the entity group on there. And now we're just going to double click that like you would do on your own, and we'll change it to certifiedhacker.com. Now we right click the entity, all transforms. You just see there's all kinds of them. And we want server-side technologies, use and built with. See, now it's running the transforms. Now you can start seeing exactly what's taken off. So it's building all this ClueTip, ASP.NET, IIS8, and other information for us. So there it goes. So we got all this cool stuff. So we could search for related vulnerabilities. There's all kinds of different things you can do in this thing. All right, so just be aware of it. And we've got some that you can explore and do on your own there when you're doing the lab. Right, relationships, you got incoming, you get all these different information that you can use. So there's a lot of different information. So you can even simulate different things, right? So you can do date, time, domains, email addresses, right? So you have a lot of different things, the GPS, so now you go try to get some GPS, trying to get the entities, the information there. And if we wanted to do, we just do, you see the interfaces now, and you got all kinds of different things you can do in groupings, and you can branch out. So yeah, you could spend a long time in this tool trying to figure out trying to figure out the best way that you want to approach it. So if you want to do it, you just actually select all the entries and then click off of that one, and then you could delete and start all over again. So these are all different things you can do with the tool. Like I said, you're encouraged to work on this, and you see it's still building out data. So it goes in and builds all these different links and the transforms, and you get the idea. Now we can actually do different things. So we'll do a new one just to start a new one over again. And we'll go back here again and do the web stuff. And once again, because it always defaults to Perturba. Now, when you buy it, you can customize and set all this stuff up ahead of time. But in the free version, you have to do a little bit more stuff. We had to delete them, but you can actually create a new one as well. And then we can right-click this, and we can go into our domain DNS. Right? So we got domain DNS there. And now it's going to run the different domains. And you see the different domain information as it drops down and sets up the different entities. So again, just more details for us, different things we can do. So now we can right-click it. We can do our DNS name, use a name schema. All right, those are your transforms. So you got all kinds of different things you can do when you start looking at this. All right. So domains, DNS. And you get the idea. So if we go on to one of the servers and we go here, now we got our DNS information. And you can do zone transfers and do all kinds of different stuff. And that's the one there using the name schema against the domain. And now it'll start extracting and extrapolating that information as well. And what that does is give you a lot more information and details about the domain. So we could, as I say there in the thing, you could do a brute force dictionary attack, right? Different things you could do. And you could set up and do all kinds of different types of things. So you get the idea. So again, we right-click it, DNS from domain, so you can go in here, the MX, and different types of rob text is there as well, as you see. So we saw rob text, and we can do that again, all right? So yeah, you could spend days in here, and people do spend days in here. So we do that one again, and now it goes running transforms for the dictionary, and now we've added all those transforms underneath, which you can see now under here. And you see all those webmail, IMAP, news, everything else. So again, it just gives you more information. And that's what Maltego was. It excels at building all these relationships. Now you can actually do more drag and delete them, right? So different things you can do. You can pull them out and put them other places. There's so many different things you can do when you want to experiment. And then you got the start of authority, you get the idea, all right? That gives you the name server information. So if we come back up here, and you kind of can lose your transforms. That happens sometimes. And we right click on that. Now you got your DNS and you got the information, the name servers. So you have all these different things you can use for your open source intelligence. And like I said, we can spend days in here. People do spend days in here. But we got it there for you to experiment with. The mail servers are there as well. So we'll leave that to you to do different types of things. Name servers, all the different servers. So a lot of different things you can do. All right. We can do our all transforms, and we can select a DNS, right? IP address to IP address. There's so many different features you have in here that you can run on different transforms. So you get the idea. So we'll let you explore those more if you want. And as we said, when you start doing this type of stuff, so we go all the way back up to here again, and you right click it, you got again, convert to domain, resolve to IP, so you can set up IP address to DNS like we said, and now that runs, and now you have the IP structure and everything listed after it, and now you have all these relationships, and you can see over here, you got the relationships of all these different things, and you got enough data here to probably keep you really, really busy, or as busy as you want to be. So we do encourage you when you do open source intelligence to experiment with the different tools. This, of course, was Maltego, and if you go into the actual pen testing tools, you will see there's a lot more of the open source intelligence tools, as we said. So you come in here, your information gathering, and you go to OSINT, and then you start looking at different mechanisms and things you can do. The harvester from the hacker's choice, that's another one as well. So again, it really depends on what one you want to use. It looks like harvester is deprecated now. So it looks like the harvester, so they've actually changed it a little bit. But again, all we want you to do is understand there's lots of tools out there, and what we recommend is you pick 2 to 3 tools per different process methodology steps, master those tools, and that's how you become a professional penetration tester. We